Startup with Realtor Nagaraj Annaya every Sunday from 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. PST on Volley 92.3 FM.
Hello, Bay Area. Welcome to your go-to destination for all things real estate. I'm your trusted realtor, Nagaraj Annaya, and I'm thrilled to be joined by the brilliant attorney, Ashima Dugal. Today's show promises to be a captivating blend of real estate insights, immigration expertise, and the latest on the navigating layoffs. Yes, folks, we are here to support you through every twist and turn on a life's journey. So, whether you're pondering a property purchases, navigating the intricacies of an immigration law, or dealing with the changes or challenges of a layoff, we have got you covered. And hey, and if you have burning questions on real estate, immigration matters, or coping with the layoffs, don't worry. Give us a call at 408 912 5038. Your voice matters, and we are here to provide the answers you need. Ashima, it's pleasure to have you on the show today.
Likewise, Nagaraj.
Okay, listeners, before starting on the immigration, right? Like, let me talk about the three questions, three listings which is coming up in my Fremont. Two are in the Fremont, and one is in the San Jose. One is 38308 Redwood Terrace, Fremont, California. This is going to be a two-bed, two-bath. It's going to be a townhouse. If somebody is looking for a townhouse and looking for a 1 million, do give me a call. And one more is like I'll talk about more on the properties as we go on. First, let's start with the layoffs, right? Like, layoffs have been unfortunate story since fall 2022, and it continues. This week, Tesla announced a 10% layoffs worldwide. Ashima, can you talk about the impact to individuals who are impacted, and what can you do if you fear might be a laid off in the future?
Yes, sure, Nagaraj. That's a very good question, very topical. Tesla announced those layoffs just several days ago, and I already had 2 consultations from laid off employees from Tesla this week. So if you were one of those impacted in the Bay Area, in Texas, wherever in the US, because, Texas, they have a large facility, in Texas as well, outside of Austin. Please do, schedule a consultation with an immigration lawyer, but I'll tell you right now that you do have options. My understanding from speaking with Tesla employees already is that in California, you have a notice period, which is under the WARN Act. So that's a 60-day notice period. And so that's wonderful. So for 60 days or whatever the time they gave you under the Notice Act, you are still considered an employee. You should be receiving full pay. Then you will have a grace period under immigration law, which is also 60 days. So for that time period, 120 days, you are still considered an employee. You are still in status, H-1B or L-1 or whatever it is.
Okay.
So let's say question, one situation, which was my consultation this week, is she already happens to get a job offer. She was already looking, and her question was, can she leave early? So if you are in the notice period, 60 days, and you get a job offer, should you leave early, you would have to resign, and you would not get your full pay from Tesla. Okay?
Oh, okay.
You would still get your severance, but not your full pay. So you should wait. You should leave during your grace period, or you can do what's called H-1B concurrent employment. H-1B concurrent.
Okay.
So you have 2 jobs, one with Tesla and one with the second employer.
Okay, listeners, today you're listening to Real Estate Show. I'm Nagaraj Annai and joined by famous attorney Ashima, and we are talking about Tesla layoffs. And you are worried about the layoffs, right? Especially on the H1B, and we are discussing about that. And if you have any questions, you can give us a call. And today our studio line numbers are 408 912 5038. Any burning questions on immigration or real estate, this show is all about for you. Give us a call. And let's talk about like concurrent thing, right? I think a lot of people doesn't know about that. I think we need to touch upon that one also. Yeah, continue, Ashima.
Sure. So let's say though that you are not one of those people who's already been looking, so and you don't find a job in your grace period, the 60-day grace period.
Mhm.
I would recommend by day 40 of your 60 days, you start thinking about a B2 change of status. So you're going to file a change of status. You can do it yourself online, or you can hire a lawyer. And that will give you an additional 180 days to remain in the US and keep looking for a job. So if you're not going to transfer your H-1B to a new employer, this should be your backup plan. There are other options, but the B2.
B2 का start करना है. Start with B2. If you can't, listeners, today we are talking about Tesla layoffs. If you are like one of them are impacted, and one of them, like in the future, you are thinking your job might be impacted, right? Then call for us, and if you have any questions, you can talk to Ashima, the attorney, and 408 912-5038 is our studio line numbers. And I have three listings before continuing on the Tesla layoffs and other stuffs, right? I have three listings coming up. One is two in a Fremont, one is a townhouse. It's a beautiful townhouse for 1.1 million, which is going to be listed next week. And there's a single family home too, and which is going to be listed for 1.4, and one more in the San Jose. If you're looking for anything on the houses in Fremont, San Jose, anywhere in the Bay Area, give us a call, or like give me a call after this show. Also, I can give you more information about the listings. Today we are talking about layoffs, especially on the Tesla layoffs, and what are the options if you have been impacted, right? As Ashima mentioned, one is the concurrent filing. If you're able to file it, if you're able to find a job within that 60 days grace period, correct, Ashima?
Yeah, in the notice period. If you find a job in the notice period and they want you to start right away, that new job, but you don't want to lose your income from Tesla, then you do a concurrent H-1B.
Okay, okay. So that's a good to know, right? Like, because it is not like you need to wait for 60 days to find a second job. If you can find it immediately, that would be likewise is better, because this, as you said, the severance package might be impacted if you're leaving early, which you don't want to lose out, correct?
Correct. You don't want to lose that guaranteed pay. So you want to keep your H-1B active with Tesla, but then file a concurrent H-1B. Now, the B2 is an option if you don't have another job lined up and the grace period is ending. You need to do that. You're going to present your pay stub and file it as a change of status. Now, you might be thinking B2 is for visitors. Yeah, it's for pleasure. It's for travel and pleasure. But because of all the layoffs in early 2023, USCIS is allowing those who are impacted by the layoffs to change their status to H-1B. And then when they find a job later in that 180-day window, you can change your status back to H-1B. So you go from H-1B to B2 back to H-1B.
But B2 file करने के लिए, or like to file a B2, right? How many months do you need, or like how many days do you need to file for a B2 and to get the results back from the B2?
Sure. So you're asking the processing times?
Correct. Processing time, Yuska.
So the processing times can be, 2 months, 4 months, sometimes 6 months. They don't, in my cases, I have filed many B2s for my clients who were laid off. Some of them were approved in 2 months, others it took 6 months. So, but you should know that however long it takes, you only have a validity period of 180 days. That's it. So, and that day one of 180 days begins after your grace period.
No, for example, after you lose the job, like you can file to a B2 immediately, and if you don't even hear back on the results, you can still continue with the B2, right? Is that my understanding correct on the B2 ka?
Yeah. If you have been laid off, you can file it immediately, and day one can be after your grace period, or you can wait until you're about day 30, day 40 into your grace period. And if you don't have a job offer, then go ahead and file it.
Got it.
Because it's not enough time to do an H-1B transfer if it's already day 40 of your grace period.
Okay, I think we have one more question from the listener. Like the question is like, my wife is here on asylum. Okay, what is the best or first step to make sure she can stay here with either marriage or otherwise? The question is from
Okay.
one of the listener, like if our wife is on asylum, it seems. What is the best or a first step to make sure she can stay here with either marriage or otherwise?
Sure. So okay, so if she is here and she's an asylee status, is she already married?
Yeah, I think he's married already.
Yeah.
This is a question from our studio line. The question is like she is already married and she's been 10 years. We have one listener. Welcome to the show, Real Estate Show. Nagaraj Annaiya here.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Welcome to the show. Nagaraj Annaiya here.
Hi. I'm wondering if I can get a recommendation for someone who can help with the power of attorney for the sale of a property in India.
Okay. So you want to get a power of attorney to sell in India?
Yes.
Okay. So I think that is a question for the attorney. I think right now we have an immigration. I think immigration. Ashima, do you know on this part?
I am so sorry. I do not know anyone in India who could help you with that. No.
No, I need someone here.
Yeah, no, I know, but somebody here who does that in India.
Right.
No.
I think I can. You can give me a call after this show, and I can give you a couple of numbers where you can reach out to them, and they can surely help you out on that.
Oh, okay. So what number should I call?
You can call me at 858-880-4577 after this show, and I'll give you a couple of numbers. You can reach out to them, and they.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you give me the number to call you back? I didn't get that.
858.
858.
880.
880.
4577.
4577. And when should I call you back?
You can call me after 30 minutes. I should be able to help you out on that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and best of luck. Yeah. So as we are discussing about the basically Tesla layoffs, and one more is like she's on an asylum thing, and she's been 10 years, but her case keeps getting pushed back or delayed. So what do you have to say for that, Ashima?
Yeah, so I mean, if she's married, if she's married to a US citizen, that is the potential pathway to a green card. So I don't know all the facts. Now, do you know if she's married to a US citizen or when that person, her spouse, will become a US citizen? That's really going to be very relevant.
Yes,
so
married to
yeah.
married to US citizen and just 2 years for 2 years.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, why don't you, this caller, give me a call and I'll look at their documentations. I think that if they're eligible, could file a marriage petition if one hasn't already been filed.
Okay, Aaron, do reach out to Ashima and tell my name, and I think she should be able to get you better discounts for you. Okay, listeners, I'm Nagaraj Annaiya, the Bay Area Realtor. I'm talking to Ashima today. Today's show is kind of unique show, as a different way. Like today is talking about immigration and the real estate. There's 3 listings coming up. 2 is in a Fremont, and 1 is a townhouse, and 1 is a single family home, and 1 is in a San Jose, and I have 1 more listing in a Gilroy. If you would like to know more about these listings, give me a call after this show, and I'm happy to share you. And if you're a first-time home buyer or like an investor who want to buy or sell, do reach out to me. I'm always, and if you have any questions, burning questions in the real estate hobby or like anything on the immigration, आप call कर सकते हो. Our studio line numbers are 408-912-5038. Today we are discussing about the Tesla layoffs and what I think Ashima explained about what are the alternatives. And Ashima, one more thing is there was an H1B results came out a few weeks ago, and I've heard that the selection rate may have been like what 15 to 13%, 15 to 30%, 15 to 30%. So not higher than the past years, right? Like, what do you do in this case?
Yeah, that's right, Nagaraj. So USCIS said that you know, they were going to make reforms. They got rid of multiple registrations. So I think a lot of us immigration attorneys and companies were hoping the rate would become higher this year. But the rate you suggested, 15 to 30%, that is, you know, my rate at my office is 25%. And amongst my colleagues, it's in that range, 15 to 30%. This is for, you know, both US Masters cap and the regular cap. Now, that's pretty much consistent. So not a major difference in their reforms. USCIS hasn't announced how many, you know, applied, you know, what is the rate? This is our own estimate based on our office. So your question is, it wasn't very productive year. I've gotten a lot of calls in the last 3 weeks, lots and lots of calls for people who have missed it 3 years in a row. I'm very sad for these people because the lottery system is horrible system and too many people have been committing fraud. The US government and the US economy needs these workers. And they just miss it year after year. 3 years, they miss the cap. So what do? In one case, you know, if you're working for a big multinational company, you might want to consider an L1B, which does require you have to transfer abroad. And so you could go to London, you could go to Canada, India, wherever they have that office. And then 1 year later, you become eligible to return to the US in L1B status. Okay.
Let's give out a number. Listeners, you're listening to a real estate show from Nagaraj and I, and discussing with Ashima on all the immigration stuffs and touching upon on the real estate stuffs, also new listings which is coming up. If you have burning questions on immigration, or like if you have questions on the real estate app, you can give me a call. Our studio line numbers, this studio line numbers is only for today's show. You can reach out to me later. I'll give out our numbers also. The studio line numbers are 408-912-5038. We are live right now. If you have any burning questions on real estate or immigration, you can always. But Ashima, like what I've noticed from a lot of people I speak to them, right? Like they are not, if they're in H1B, or like if they are from the last 3, if they don't get up, because if the first year itself the H1B is not picked up, right? They don't look for the alternatives. They always wait. हमारा लोगों को like ज़्यादा fast में नहीं जाता है, like always like this wait. There are alternatives which we are always discussing that they should look for it, right?
Yeah, you're correct. You need to start planning your option, your plan B, basically in your first year, or maybe even as a master's student, because so many people have missed it 3 years in a row, 2 years in a row.
Let's take up a call. Welcome to the show, Nagaraj Annaiah here. Hello, welcome to the show. Can you please turn off the volume?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, hi, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I have a question regarding the asylum application.
Correct. Go ahead, please.
I don't work on asylum. I'll let you know that.
I just have a real quick question about that. If the current status was B1 and it got expired and already filed a petition for asylum, what will be the status?
Most likely the status is asylum pending. That is a valid authorized stay, but I can refer you to an asylum attorney. My phone number is 650-562-0333.
Okay.
You can reach out to Ashima after the show, and she would be able to provide you the contacts to help you on the asylum.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, and best of luck. So one of the things, Ashima, we were discussing, right? Like we don't look for the alternatives, and you are sharing about a few thoughts about it. Please go ahead on that.
Sure. So make your plan B now. So whether you want to pursue a PhD and have day one CPT, maybe it's an MBA, also day one CPT, or you want to start paving the road for a future O1. So say you're in your first year and you missed your you missed the H-1B cap and you're in first year OPT, you file that STEM extension, you have 2 more tries. You can start planning for an O1 now, okay? With
Okay.
an O1, you can start publishing, you can maybe try to get some media, you can start doing judging events where you serve as a judge, you can join some memberships. And so when if you are unlucky and miss it next year and the year after, you're not in this situation where you have to leave the country, where you're forced to do day 1 CPT. You have an O1 visa available to you.
Okay. And listeners, you're listening to a real estate show. I'm your own Nagaraj Annaiah, and today I'm discussing with Ashima on the immigration, and we are talking one about the real estate. I have 3 listings coming up. One is two in a Fremont, one is a townhouse listing like 38308 Redwood Terrace. That should be going live by next week. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath, wonderful community, 1,400 square footage, close to there is like a very good community around. If you're looking for a townhouse options in the Washington High School, that's a great fit for you guys. Give me a call. Or one was like 372, and one more listing, single family home in Fremont is coming up. This is also quite well remodeled. This currently is an off market, custom kitchen cabinets, granite countertops, recessed lighting everywhere. If you're looking for a single family homes in Fremont also, do give me a call. And one is in San Jose, East San Jose is coming up, close to 1,100 square footage, and it's a very big lot, close to a 7,000 square footage. If you're looking for a big lot next to freeway, around 1.1 million range, it's a great starter home. Aapko, if you're interested, you can give me a call on that one also. And one more is in the Gilroy. It's a great neighborhood. Like if you're looking next to a golf course, this house is a great fit for you, listed for 1.45. Our listing starting from even for 1 million goes up to a 1.5, and if you're looking something more than 2 million, or if also you can give me a call. So Ashima, like one of the important things are like, what are the options if you miss the cap? Let's say it's someone who is in their first year of OPT versus someone in that last year of STEM OPT, right?
Yes. So if you're in your first year OPT, you're obviously in a better position, and you obviously just keep applying. But if but you also need to start planning for that O1. If you're in your first year, you have 2 years to plan for it. And you know what? If you are eligible for an O1, you might be eligible for an EB1A self-petition green card as well. And so start doing that work now for the O1 case. And then, maybe in 2, 3, 4 years, you can be considered for a self-petition green card. Now, if you're in your final year of your STEM, most likely, June, July, August, time's up, right? So you have a grace period. That's the good news. But after that, you have to either go back to school, day 1 CPT, master's program, PhD program, L1B, get transferred abroad. Maybe you have an H4 EAD with your spouse. So there are some options, but if none of those appeal to you, then file that B2. File a B2 change of status so you can then think about it. You have 180 days. There might also be a second round lottery in July. So there's some hope there. But you need to start planning now.
I think, as you said, planning is very important when you move to this country. Planning nahi hai to kuch bhi nahi milega isme, right? You plan properly, everything is possible. That's what I keep repeating. Even the house buying and immigration are the same thing, or in the real estate. Because anything, if you don't have a vision or a dream, nothing is possible. If you keep on saying that I don't get it, you don't get it. But if you try for it, then only you will get anything, whatever you want. You can achieve whatever you want in this country, but only thing is plan, dream well, and work hard for it. Thanks, Ashima, for joining in today. And you can give out your number if you have any questions. Listeners can reach out after the show too.
Sure. My phone number is 650-569-0333, and my website is dougallaw.com.
Easy to remember. Go to Dougal Law and mention my name, and you should be able to get a good discounts for all the immigration consultation. And listeners, I have 3 listings coming up, 4 listings already, like two in Fremont, one is a townhouse, and one is a single family home, and one is a single family home in San Jose, and one is Gilroy. If you guys are interested to buy or sell in a real estate, do reach out to me. My easy to remember, go to nagrajhomes.com, click on a WhatsApp icon, and you can easily connect to me. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you.